What's going on, Math 1 kids? Hope you like this new way of videos that we're going to use. We're going to start talking about writing equations from quadratic tables. Alright, so we will go through with our notes. First thing you need to know is every quadratic equation has to be written in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are integers. So you might not remember what an integer is. Right, so an integer is just any positive or negative whole number. Okay, so that's all you need to know about integers. They're positive, negative whole numbers, and we'll need to find out values for a, b, and c, so we can find out what our equation is. All right, you should have your note sheet out. Let's fill in some blanks to see how we find our a and c. So to find a, you want to find the pattern of the table. Then when you find that pattern, you want to divide by 2. So you're going to find your pattern, divide it by 2. C is the same thing as our y-intercept. So just like when we were doing linear tables, you find your y-intercept when x is equal to 0. Alright, so to get a value for b, it's a little bit trickier. Right, we got to use our values for a that we got of a and c to make a third column in our chart, kind of like we did for exponential. We're going to make a third column in our table, write an expression using a and c, use our x column to plug into that expression, and then see how we can get from the middle column of our table, the third column that we created, to our y column. And whatever it takes, we'll have to find a pattern of that, and that will be our, whatever the pattern is our b. That's what our b is equal to. Alright, I'm going to teach you how to find a and c first. They're the easiest by far. Alright, so to find a, we want to find our recurring pattern, and we're going to divide it by 2. So to go from 1 to 6, we would add 5. To go from 6 to 17, I would add 11. From 17 to 34, I would add 18, or 17, I'm sorry, I add 17. To go from 34 to 57, I'm going to add 23. And from 57 to 86, I'm going to add 29. So if that's not a recurring pattern right there, but if we look from 5 to 11, it would be a plus 6. 11 to 17 is plus 6, 17 to 26 is plus 6, and 23 to 29 is a plus 6. So therefore, to find our a, we're going to take our recurring pattern, divide it by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then to find our c, you look when x is 0, y is 1. So that means that our c is equal to 1. So if we took a and c, plugged them into our equation now, and ignored the bx, we would have the expression 3x squared plus 1. Right, that's what we want to use to plug into the middle column of the chart, or middle column of the table that we're about to make. Alright, so let's take the expression we just got on our previous slide, which was 3x squared plus 1. Right. Let's take x, plug it into this expression, and see what we get, and then we're going to compare it to y. So if I take 0 and replace x with it, 0 squared is 0, 0 times 3 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. Right. If I take 1, 1 squared is 1, 3 times 1 is 1, 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. If I take 2 and I want to plug it in for x, 2 squared is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 plus 1 is 13. If I take in 3 and I plug it in, 3 squared is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, 27 plus 1 is 28. Fix that real quick. 28. Okay, 4 squared is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. 48 plus 1 is 49. 5 squared is 25. 25 times 3. Let's do that real quick over here. I can't do it in my head. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 6, 75. 75 plus 1 is 76. Alright, so now I want to look, how can I get from my middle column, how can I get from here, this column, to here? So what do I do to go from 1 to 1? Well, I don't do anything, so that stays at a plus 0. How do I go from 4 to 6? Add 2. From 13 to 17, I'm going to add 4. How do I go from 28 to 34? Well, you have to add 6 to 28 and you get 34. From 49 to 57, we add 8. So if we look at these right now, it's not a recurring pattern, but there is a pattern there. So we need to, whatever this pattern is, that is what our b is equal to. So we go from 0 to 2, I add 2. From 2 to 4, I add 2. 4 to 6, I add 2. 6 to 8, I add 2. So the pattern of these numbers is a plus 2. So that means our b value is going to be 2. Alright, so like I said on the last slide, we said b was equal to 2. And if we look back before, we already said that a was 3. We said that c was 1. So that makes our equation y equals 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now if you have calculators, you can plug that equation into your y equals. If you have a graphing calculator, plug it into your y equals screen, bring up your table, and check to make sure it comes out to be the correct equation.